Hello everybody! Welcome to another video of the Velocity Interviews. Today's video we are going to talk about mental health and how we can support and have sources ready for anyone who needs help in our lives, and we'll talk about loved ones that we lost. Today I have with me Miss Bloody Guts. we have other people coming, so I don't know if they are. Anywho, but we do have two other people on the couch. We have Mr. Remix and the Hulkster with us today.
Yeah!
Hell yeah! So we're gonna talk about that. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below what you think of this video and what we should do next. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? So, let's ask our first question. So what kind of sources do you guys use for, like, mental health, basically? Like, how do you reach out to people, and, like, what kind of therapy or something you go to?
I used to use a lot for mental health was the Trevor Project, which is an it's a free LGBT therapy site that helps young teens who are part of the LGBTQ, or even if you're straight, help with your mental health. It can also help figuring out your gender identity, and it can help you get the help you actually need, whether you're in an abusive household, dealing with depression, or you're dealing with suicidal thoughts.
I heard about the Trevor Project. I think that was part of the LGBTQ month for, like, donations and stuff. Then they made their goal. I did see that. I was like, ooh, that's very wonderful. I wish I donated money, but I was broke! Probably donated $200.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm sad that it ended. So what do you use, Hulkster?
I'll say I don't really struggle with mental health, but like if I am feeling something, I usually just text my friends. They're pretty good at talking. They're good at chatting through whatever time or other friends are going.
Oh, I see. What about you, Remix?
I don't really reach out to anyone or anything. Just me, myself, and I.
Buddy, I picked a perfect cast, didn't I?
You
Yes.
did.
Amazing cast.
Amazing cast! Oh, I should probably say something because we're going, like, in a round circle. I technically use VR chat for, like, therapy. I go to a therapist every once in a while for VR chat, like someone who's in the therapy world. I go to them, or sometimes with my friends. Other times I just dance my feelings out, and I lost 20 pounds of that.
Ugh.
I lost 20 pounds in 4 months just dancing. I don't know how the fuck I don't know how I did it, but I did.
Good.
Like, holy good. I'm 138. I used to be 150. That was the goal weight I was going for, and I lost it all. Lost it all.
Hey, it's not even that bad though.
I know. I look good though. I look super good. I can't lie. Alright, next question. So we all lost some people in our lives throughout the years and stuff, like how bad it hurt and like how messed up some of us were, be like, sad and depressed and all that stuff. But over time, some people say that they get numb, like, through the pain, like they don't, like, care anymore, like they barely even cry. Like, do you agree of that they should, like, cry even though they don't feel like crying, like during funerals and stuff?
That honestly, I feel like the numb part is like, that's how I was when I lost my grandmother about 2 or 3 years ago. It came as a shock to me, and I couldn't cry. I couldn't feel anything. I just felt very, very numb. I didn't even cry at her burial, which was heartbreaking because I was hurting and I wasn't even crying, which made me feel even worse. And by the time I got home from Mexico after her burial, I started bawling my eyes out. And I decided that as an apology to her for not crying at her funeral, I would paint her wedding portrait, which I still have on my wall.
Aww.
I still have our wedding portrait on my wall, and I'm painting another painting of her currently, and it's of her in her late 30s when she was getting married to my grandfather.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh my god. Oh. You should make that as an album cover, the painting that you did of her.
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
I'll heal you. I'll heal you.
Yeah.
Hulkster.
Oh
My
boy, this
thing.
is good. I'll say, as I told you, like I think it was yesterday
Yeah,
or a
yesterday.
couple days ago, my cat died on Tuesday. So I ended up I went to work that day. I was actually walking to work, and I called my dad, asked for an update on the cat. Dad told me put him down. Uh, Instant tears formed, very bad. Once I got to work, I kind of mellowed out, but like it was not a good idea to mellow out because I was there for 3 hours, and all those 3 hours I wanted to cry, but I couldn't because I'm not crying in public. So I went home early. Went home early, and as soon as I stepped in my house, it hit me. I cried for at least 30 minutes. It was bad. Uh, yeah. I'll say
Mm,
we got him back today. I got the ashes box. I was gonna cry, but my friends were over. I didn't let it out. I should have.
yeah, like it kind of hurt you, like in your soul. Like you couldn't cry because you're like
Yeah.
you gotta stay strong and shit.
I'm not going upstairs having my friends. It was rough.
It was oh that was that was rough to hear, dude. Like
No,
you
it
show
was.
you showed me a picture of your cat. He looked husky, but he was healthy. He looked healthy.
He was a fat cat. Really fat. He was like, I think he was what, like 20 pounds. I think the big cat.
Damn.
That's a fat ass cat.
He's a freaking fat cat. I'll say I took a picture of him that Saturday. He was moving. I took it. He did because he wasn't like he didn't seem to be hurting. He was still like jolly and he was still like playful with like the thing that he had on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday he's no longer with us.
Hmm. He's a poor baby kitty cat. One day you'll see him again. Right now he's just with other cats. Right now, but like, jumping through clouds.
But and then when it comes to people, I'll say I haven't really had that many family members die, or at least a few. I've only had my dad's side, my grandma. I say pretty much after the funeral, I kind of like hadn't cried after that.
Hmm. Aw. How long ago was that?
20, 2016.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
After the funeral, I cried at the funeral, and then after that, I think I just
You
kind of like felt numb. I guess it wasn't like
you just like felt numb. Like you're just like done with it.
yeah.
Mm.
Tears were shed. That's about it.
That's about it. Remix.
Well, here's the thing. I am literally incapable of being able to mourn. And it's not like me acting like, oh, I'm the tough guy or whatever. I literally can't mourn. Like I've lost plenty of people in my life, plenty of pets. Can't mourn. Didn't feel sad about it whatsoever.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was not expecting that response actually.
I mean, yes, in the moment before death, I'm kind of like, depending on what it is, I'm worried. It's once it happens, it's just like, okay. I mean, I still give my respects to the dead, but feel nothing.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Well, my great grandfather just recently passed away. I was just a mess. Like, you seen how a mess I was. I think you saw how mess I was.
Oh yeah, it was a big mess.
A big mess. Like, I love my great grandfather. He was the best man I could ever ask for. Even in the poem on H&R's channel, I watched that video and I saw the like the moment I cried. I'm like, I cried again at 1 in the morning. I was like, ah. The poem made me cry again that I wrote. Just hearing like the poem I worked on. I did that at work actually. Sitting at the front desk, waiting for customers to come, wrote that poem, trying not to cry. Oh my god, my neck. Ow, my neck. But yeah, and then Manifesto passed away, which was a big shock to everybody. Yeah, like also not really much tears for me, but after like I left and logged off, I did cry a little because I did hold it in for 4 hours before I logged off. I'm telling you that stuff hurt. My soul literally left my body the second I started crying. Like I actually felt pain in my heart because like I felt bad. I didn't cry like with people because I was like worried about everyone else and like how they're feeling. I guess my mind went to like you gotta not cry. You gotta be strong for everyone else. You gotta comfort them. Then worry about yourself. Like that was not okay of me to do. Like I gotta stop doing that because I need to mourn with people, not let people mourn and let me mourn, but hold back my tears and try to be strong for everybody else. Like everyone needs to break down, like in that moment. Like we gotta break at some point. We can't just hold like a bridge, our bridge together. Like we gotta let that like break apart or like demolish a little bit, and then it can be fixed again through friends and family or even talking to a therapist about it and all that stuff. That's what this episode is all about, folks. Because
Hell yeah.
we need to spread awareness about this because more people are either depressed or sad. Because I did see like some episodes of this guy on VR chat who was filming other people in a corner being depressed and sad, and he asked questions about them, and they said that they felt sadder getting in this game rather than happier because they felt more alone. And that's not what VR chat's all about. It's about making friends, having memories, and meeting people that's either across the country or across the world even. Like that's what VR chat's supposed to do. Yet it's making people depressed and sad and feel like alone, even though they have hundreds and hundreds of friends. Like, do you guys feel that way when you have like hundreds of friends but you feel alone?
I do feel that way quite a lot, actually. Mine is partially due to failed relationships, because I do sing a lot. I have a lot of fans. I always have people surrounding me after my performances. A lot of time, I have random people come up to me and either tell me that they like my voice or random performers that I know and you just conversate. But it also means that a lot of people are going to come into my life and use me for that, either for status or for popularity. And it feels very lonely. And no one really talks about that. No one ever talks about like the lonely feeling you're gonna get because like you can either be very popular and have an amazing wife or husband, have an amazing life, or you could live the rest of your days alone. And you're fine with that.
Yeah, like, I agree with that. Like, there's this married couple that come on VR chat. Chris, I can't say his name. Carl, I'm gonna call him C. He has a IRL wife, and they both play VR chat. And he told me that, well, sort of told me that he felt no happy or sadder being on VR chat. He doesn't even know yet. Doesn't even know yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Hulkster?
Um, I say I'm not necessarily I'd ever feel alone because even if I don't talk to one half of my friends, I always have not be like a dick, but like have like a backup. So I'd have like a second group of people to talk to. And then if I don't talk to those people, I help on this game. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Also, we saw Kenzie join. Come here, Kenzie. Away from the mirror.
Hi.
Hello.
Where do you want me?
You can sit anywhere. You can sit anywhere.
Siéntate, por favor.
There we go.
Hey!
Hey!
I did it. I'm
So-
here.
So we're
What
talking
are we
about
getting interviewed this time?
we're talking about mental health and like what we do to like help with our mental health and stuff, and what we can do to like tell people where to go and stuff, or if they can ask for help. We're just asking question like people feel happier. At first they feel happier in VR chat, but then they become sad in VR chat. Who is here?
Me.
Who are you?
This one of my friends.
Okay. Come, you're behind the mirror.
Oops.
Siéntate, por favor.
Yeah, and I am recording. This is gonna be for my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in the corner.
Sit like- you can go upstairs if you want. The upstairs is blocked.
Hey, I'll be honest. I don't know if this is still recording.
Yeah.
A big boost to my mental health was about 30 minutes ago when I smacked that last cup pong cup.
That's because you earned extra goodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodies. Apparently. But yeah.
Say, boobs are an amazing motivator.
But
Yes,
we,
they are.
we were just talking about like how some people feel more sad and alone while playing VR chat, even though they have hundreds and hundred friends. Like, what do you think of that?
So, I guess it kind of depends on the person So, there are some people who use VR chat as an escape because life sucks. Life absolutely blows. And they use this as an escape, which, like, to an extent is okay because, you know, there's a balance with literally everything. So if you are using it as a coping mechanism to cover up whatever crap is going on in your life, that can become a problem because then it's kind of like putting all your eggs in one basket. And VR chat is not a very steady basket, let's be honest.
Yeah, no, it's like that cheap basket
So-
from Dollar General.
Yeah, exactly. That shit will fall apart. So, like, now you can make genuine connections with people online. So for example, I use this as an example. Dating is something that stresses me out so much because the only thing that is going on in my head is, what are your intentions? What do you actually want? Is this person showing me only the good version of themselves so that they can get into my pants or what have you? Like something like when's the shoe going to drop kind of thing. So by default, I don't trust anybody online behind a keyboard because behind a keyboard, you can be anything. However, like with VR chat, it's a little bit easier because you get like a little bit. I'm at least personally better at getting a feel on someone's personality through how we interact. So it feels a little bit more lifelike, I guess. But there's still, you know, that like comfortable barrier. Now, it is possible to feel fulfilled in VR chat because you can do like pretty much almost anything. Like if you're somebody who's an early riser, you wake up in the morning and you go to the gym, you can do that in VR. And you can do that with other people. If you meet somebody at a bar and you want to take them on a date, technically with planning, you can do that in VR. But we are social animals. We are humans. We crave that connection, and sometimes VR chat isn't quite the connection that we need for our brains to be satisfied. So while VR chat can be like really good for people who like struggle in the real world when it comes to like social connections or like making friends and stuff like that, that can be really good. But if you rely solely on that, you're in for a world of disappointment. Because I feel like, especially because like on the internet, you get a lot of people who get they get keyboard warrior type, like they get fucking balls because they're like, oh, I'm protected behind a screen. But that kind of leads a lot of people to forget that there's an actual human being behind this headset. So it's an interesting balance, because of course there's the type of people who don't take VR chat like super seriously. They see it as a game. They see every avatar that they come across as like almost like some NPC that they can fuck around with and it'll be fine. But there's the other people who take it almost like too seriously, where you're like, okay, well, now it's so serious that the fun's been sucked out of it. There's a balance between everything. And like that's the most important. And being self-aware enough to realize like what your line is very, very important. So if you realize that you are stuck in VR chat because like this is your new reality, then like maybe that's the time that you need to kind of branch out a little bit in the real world and try to make connections elsewhere, or try to make connections in real life with the people that you've met in VR, because you know that they're people you can connect to. So you got to find that balance. But if you're solely only on VR, at some point you're going to lose track of reality. And that's not good for anyone's mental health.
It is not.
Block it.
Clock it. 'Cause I say, clock it with the fan. Clock it with the fan. By the way, this is a weapon. Just in case the boys would act up.
I didn't do anything, I swear.
You're like the Kyoshi warriors from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, just like
For real though.
just gonna
It's on
with
a-
the
it's
Oh,
on
I'm
a-
sorry. Did you want to die?
Here. What about you, Remix?
Um,
I talk
sorry,
a
what
lot,
was
my
the
bad.
question?
Oh, you're good, you're good.
Mental health in general, I believe.
Yeah, mental health in general and VR chat.
Yeah, but what was the question?
Most people are happy in VR chat, but also some people are not. They feel like they're alone, even though they have hundreds of friends.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
VR chat is definitely not one of those spaces where like feeling not alone is like the common thing. I mean, yes, it can help, but it's not the all one done thing. Because like what Kenzie said, you have to balance everything. Otherwise, you just lose touch on reality. And going outside and meeting actual people that aren't behind a screen is actually really important.
We are but human.
We are but human.
Yeah.
We wear different skin in VR chat. I'm not really an alien. I wish I was. I wish I was.
Well, because like we'll say like a lot of people use the internet to make connections, like over the internet with like common interests and stuff like that, and then they use that to meet in real life. But I feel like nowadays people kind of forget that that's kind of an option.
Yeah.
Where and like it's not even just that, like so like obviously long distance relationships, whether it be friendships or like boyfriend girlfriend, what have you, insert title here type relationship, like where it transitions to like, oh, now we can do video calls and we actually like see who we are, like see who's behind the avatar kind of thing. So there's that, but like some people kind of forget that that's an option because they become really insecure of who they are. I feel like if you dive too deep into VR chat, if you're using it as a cover up because you're insecure about how you look, who you are, kind of thing. Because some people feel more confident when they're like hiding behind this whatever beast that they are, like that they decide that they're going to be, because you can just swap from whatever you want to be in that moment, which is very comforting, yes. But in the end, like, it's really, really important to have confidence in yourself, which that's really hard for some people. Like, some people are like they wake up in the morning, they look in the mirror and they're like, holy shit, die, like, immediately to themselves. Like,
Wow.
it can be that
Sit down on the
like
couch,
that
Frozen.
severe. Some people just feel that way, and it's really unfortunate. Like, that is sometimes the state of mind that people are in. So you hide behind whatever makes you feel most comfortable, which is, like, to an extent okay, because, like, that gives you a chance to express who you truly are. But in the end, like, if you create a genuine connection for somebody in VR, you know, reality eventually is going to set in, and you kind of hope that the person, like, likes your personality enough that they don't really care what you look like. And for me personally, and this is coming from somebody who sometimes I feel weird about talking about this subject, because I am, for the most part, really confident in who I am. So it kind of feels like if I feel like if I were on the receiving end of how I speak, I'd be like, oh, you do not know what I'm going through. You do not know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, that's kind of true. But I understand that there are people out there who don't have that, like, natural confidence to them, or they've had stuff happen to them that hinder that in some way, and it's not as easy as it comes to me. So I try to be as open-minded as possible to recognize that it's not like, I don't want to walk up to somebody and be like, oh, just do this, because it's not as easy for some people.
It is. Yeah, sometimes it's not.
It's
easy.
not. It comes down to, from what I've known in my years, like, what I feel is that those in your life, if you're lucky enough to have people in your life that you legitimately trust, like, their opinion means something to you, they're the people that you want to rely on to be like, hey, I need you to keep me in check to make sure that, like, I'm not being fucking delusional. Those are the people you want to listen to. If they're the ones that come to you and say, like, hey, dude, you're messing up, like, you want to take that shit to heart.
Yeah.
Because they're somebody who knows you as a person and can understand, like, they know how you operate, they know how you are, and all that kind of stuff, which is important. Because that's the kind of stuff that you want to worry about. Because there's so many opinions. Everyone always wants to insert their opinions on every fucking thing ever. But only the ones who are closest to you, who know who you are truly deep down, only those opinions matter. Those are the ones you should be listening to.
Yeah, those are the people that you should be.
Everyone out there can talk their shit all they want, but, like, in the end, like, do their opinions really matter?
Yeah.
And also, pay attention to what feels good to you. Like, don't change yourself for other people. Be unapologetically you. It is exhausting
Yeah.
to pretend to be someone that you are not.
Yeah.
It is so exhausting. So, and then in the end, when you're pretending to be someone that you're not, you collect all these people who like you for the person that you're pretending to be. So why not be yourself and collect people that like you for who you are?
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
It
But some people are not as confident in themselves to do that, which is fair. I understand. But there's a taste out there for fucking everyone. So, like, I was never one of the cliquey type girls. I was immediately drawn to like the nerds, the weirdos, the outcasts, all of them. Those were the ones that I wanted to hang out with. You know why? Because they were cool as fuck
Yee.
in my eyes. Like those are the groups that like the popular girls and the jocks and like all those people like looked down on and thought they were weird and thought that they stood out. And I'm like, you know what? It's good to stay out. Being called weird is a compliment. Because why the hell would I want to be different?
Yeah.
Or like, well, why the hell would I want to be the same? I want to be different. I want to stand out. Because that's interesting.
Yeah, very.
I don't want to be a carbon copy.
No. We do not want to be carbon copies of like anyone. Like, I mean, there's people that look like each other, like, or sound like the same exact person. Like, I met someone, who sounds like the another person that I let go a month ago. I'm like, you sound just like them. It would be scary if you look like them too. I'm gonna be terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's people that carbon copy, but I get like, what you mean. Personality wise, like we should all be different. Personality wise, like you can see spastic woman. Hulkster is just Hulkster. I don't know what to describe. I don't know what to describe you, man. Remix.
AKA Post
I'm just a
Malone
thing.
in the corner.
He's just a thing. And then we got Miss Bloody Guts.
You
That's
know what?
top
That's
singer.
okay to
Yeah.
be just a thing.
Just a thing. And then you
That
got
is completely fine.
yeah, and then
I
you
would
got
befriend a thing.
you befriend the thing right there. And then I'm over here being
Mhm.
like a orange cat. I got the energy, but also sometimes I'm like, I don't got it today. Like literally yesterday
Let's
night.
say everyone has their people.
Yeah, everyone has their people. Which brings us to our next topic, like groups and stuff. This is gonna be coming sad news because he was gonna be a good friend and he tried to help me through my like YouTube channel, but he was being really pushy. Cosmic Spectrum, we just found out he is a child, you know,
A predator.
No.
yes. People. Oh my god,
Predator.
Predator.
Sit down, girl.
I'm trying. I'm sorry, I didn't. He is a predator. So
Predator.
I don't know what to do because he is in the talent show video and he's in the short videos that I made for the Love Week. Which, by the way, I am never doing Love Week again. Absolutely not. Love Week is canceled.
I don't know if I've ever been a part of. I don't know if I've been a part of Love Week. I don't know what that means.
You haven't. I tried pairing 3 different people and 3 different boys or 3 different girls, depending what they wanted, what their sexuality was. I asked them all different questions, and I asked them which ones do you want me to pair up with. It's all on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube if you're on YouTube now. They're all the shorts. It's some ridiculous stuff, but it was fun. Except when Cosmic made it not fun when I found out. But yeah, like we gotta be careful, like the people who we trust on the VR chat, because we don't know what their intentions are.
Terrifying.
It is terrifying. People don't even trust me at sometimes because they're like, "We feel like we can trust you, but you are scary sometimes." And I get why I'm like an alley cat. I look friendly, but I will bite.
I get that a lot.
I bite. I will bite a bitch.
I come off as like sweet and open minded, but also I'm a firecracker.
Yeah.
Hence my pronouns being spicy gremlin.
Spicy gremlin. What about you, Miss Bloody Guts? Will you agree? Like, how do you like trust people and stuff?
My spot. Anyways, I'm back. So the way that you trust people is you don't.
You know, like you
don't until
you
gotta not even flip a coin. You need to take the time to feel someone out.
Mhm.
Like listen to your gut, feel someone out. If it takes longer than normal, oh well. Like that is like it takes like some people's intuition are stronger than others, and that's fine. If it takes you longer to figure out to suss someone out to find out if they're If they give you the ick or not, then okay, take your time. And
Yeah.
if they have a problem with that, if they have an issue with that, then that's your answer.
They have an issue
The
with it.
right people will be patient. If the right people will be patient for you and will understand. I go on this and I understand that like trusting anybody on the internet is like ew.
Ye-
So and anybody, and I usually end up with friends with people who understand that to like blindly trust somebody on the internet is stupid. Everyone wants to protect themselves, and that's okay. Like if I am doing something that is making you uncomfortable, please, for the love of God, tell me so that I can fix my behavior. But I'm not going to expect that, like, I trust you so much. Here's my social security card. Here's my address. Here's my fucking phone number. Here's my everything. Like, no, that's not realistic. And anybody who thinks that they can just get this information from anybody just randomly is dumb.
That's dumb. Yeah.
That's not what we want. Like, it gives nice guy. Like the person who always tells you like, "Oh, but I'm such a nice guy." Those are the people you want to watch out for. Because somebody who has to explain to you why they are a nice person or prove themselves in some way usually isn't a nice person. They got something to prove.
Yeah, they got something to like prove themselves with. And all that stuff. Did you hear the question, Bloody Guts? Buddy?
Yes, you can. You are allowed to speak now.
Bloody?
Sorry?
Bloody. There we go.
Did you hear the question?
We're giving you the floor since we're yapping.
Okay, so
I kind
If
of
you-
spaced out.
it's okay. Basically, we just found out that cosmic spectrum is a pedophile, and we just found that out 2 days ago. Literally Tuesday.
Oh my!
Yeah. He was one of the friends that tried to help me and tried to like make me join his group and expand my group so we can have a team up. I'm like, I'm glad I dodged a bullet. But yeah, like we gotta be careful on this app.
LOL, dodge.
Dodged.
Yeah. I will never understand how people can
Exactly.
find children attractive. Like, listen, if it's a child and a child, that's a whole different story. But if it's adult and a child, it's a little weird. And honestly, I think it might have something to do with up here. Because I used to work. I used to work in schools. I worked over at 2 elementary schools, and for both those schools, I worked with first graders. And oh my goodness, those kids were all so sweet, and they were so nice. And I had to constantly look out for adults trying to be close to the children, especially when I worked over at SeaWorld. Because you would constantly see, like, children with adults, but I'd have to make sure of those adults that were actually their parents and not just a random man or woman trying to get with the child. I'd especially have to look out for adults going into bathrooms directly after children, and children coming out a lot later than the adult. It's a very scary thing that you have to look for, because you don't usually look for those types of things at a job. You usually look for adults. Usually you look at adults and you think, oh, they're probably good upstanding citizens, but when you're working with children, you view every adult as a potential threat, because you don't know if they're actually coming after the children or if they're just doing their own thing. And like, I feel like it's especially heartbreaking when it's somebody that you know, and you know they're doing it, right? Yeah, like let's say my ex-boyfriend. One of my ex-boyfriends molested his 14-year-old sister when we both were 18.
Oh.
And he got her pregnant.
What?
And he got her pregnant after molesting her. And it turns out he has been molesting her for a very long time. And I didn't know about this until I ended things. Because I talked to one of his friends a few years later and I found all this out and I feel so bad for her. Because he made her believe that he loved her when he was just using her, especially since she was underage. And then he proceeded to molest his younger brother. Then he tried to molest his 2-year-old niece.
Okay.
That's insane.
And I feel so bad for this
Bleh.
family because this man, I didn't know was a pedophile until after I got out of the relationship. And the fact that I dated him makes it a little all worse. And my first fiance also ended up being a pedophile as well.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
Dip
also
these,
dated a pedophile.
Yeah,
dip
he ended
these
up trying
fuckers
to
in
molest
oil.
He tried to molest his
Yeah.
15-year-old VR sister. He is 21.
Oh my god.
And she is technically considered an adult over in the UK. She lives in the UK, and he thought that's what made it okay. But I don't think it's okay because he lives in the US. That is a crime in the US. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because she may be considered an adult in the UK, but she's not considered an adult here. And that's international. That's an international crime too, since it's
Yeah.
across. He's actually not. He's actually not the last one either. He molest his VR sister, and mind you, he did in fact cheat on me with another woman while we were engaged. That he still denies. But you know who backs everything up? His mother. His mother told me everything.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
I also found out that he also thought that my singing was garbage and he wanted me to stop, but look where I am now. So
Look what you are
But-
now. You got a new album
Yeah.
on Spotify, and you're doing great, even with like your problem.
yeah.
Kindness, but you're fighting it. You're fighting through it.
But my latest fiance, he's now my ex. I ended things with him back in October. I found out about 4 months after we broke up that he did do some things with a 16-year-old in one of his clubs, as he was a club owner. Now, this isn't confirmed, but this is more just a rumor that a 16-year-old joined in his club and he knew about it. And he took her into a private room. Now, I dated him for a few months, and I was engaged to him briefly. And after hearing this and after dating him, he would do that. He would definitely do that. There is no doubt about it because he was a man that went with the flow. He never thought about things. He didn't overly think things. If someone came into his club and asked for him to go into a private room, he would do it because that's the type of person he was. And it's a little heartbreaking to know that because, you know a man for a few months. You know how he acts. You know how he's gonna do things. And he still denies his claims. But I don't think I really think he did them. I feel like he's the type of person to do that.
Yeah.
yikes.
Borders.
Yeah.
What's up?
I got a
What's up?
story.
She got it
Oh.
stole away.
So,
Bombshell.
buckle up, bitches. So, I'm 29. When I was 19, I dated a 53-year-old.
Oh.
A 53-year-old whom before me was dating my best friend. When they got together, she was 16 years old, and that was when they officially got together. He had been grooming her since she was like fucking 12, 13. Like
Oh my
a close
God.
family friend.
Holy
Holy
crap.
shit. When did this turn into
Yeah.
we'll talk about the people that this is gonna be awareness for people.
Yeah.
Listen here. Listen here, people
Listen.
who are loving children. Guess what? You don't mess with me or anyone in here, because guess what? We'll find you. We'll put your IP address out. We'll leave children out of this. Leave
Listen.
children alone. Let them be kids.
Well, so this becomes a lesson to those because like those who are stuck in it. So now, granted, when I was with him, I was 19. I was of legal age, but he was still 53. So like technically that part was not pedophilia.
Mm-mm.
But the
Morally
problem
incorrect, though.
is that, well, yeah, definitely. So I was with him because he took advantage of me. I had broken up with my girlfriend at the time, a relationship that he was pretty much like one of like very few people who like knew about, I guess, because my girlfriend was a closeted bisexual. And so he he had decided one day that like once he found out about the breakup, he said that he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about you and so's breakup. Let me take you out to dinner and like let's get your mind off it." Now, by this point, I was invested in that relationship, so I was mentally fucking numb. I was not there, and he chooses that moment to drop "and I love you" on me, and my fucking 19-year-old brain was like, "Ah, yes, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be." So I fucking followed him, and I got my dumbass strapped to him financially. So it was either him or homelessness. So I played along, I played my part. I never like fully fell in love with this man, but he was a stepping stone to me gaining my independence as an adult, like as a fresh adult. So it was a struggle. But my best friend, who was emotionally invested in this man, it took her like years later to finally cut this man off, because there was like a realization that she and I had come to, mostly me, but like that I had told her, which was, dude, your relationship between you and this man would have been fine, because like, you know, sometimes like there's another man in your life when you're growing up that is kind of like a father figure to you, and that's fine. I was like, the relationship that you had with this man would have been fine, because yes, he was a fantastic support system for you, but he then romantically and sexually pursued you. That is what cut it off. This man would have been the like, oh, he's like a father to me, until he decided to try to sleep with you and romantically pursue you. That's where the line became no.
No. Like,
And
no
I think
at
that
all.
was I think that was a bit of awakening to her, because she's like, oh shit, like,
Oh, yeah.
you're right. Because it's okay to have that relationship with an older man, like when you're younger, to be like, oh my God, I look up to this guy, like he's like my father kind of thing. But then once they cross that boundary of like, oh, I'm gonna turn this sexual, I'm gonna turn this romantic, then it's all ruined, it's all spoiled. Doesn't matter what good you did for that person, but it took her years and years and years to realize that. And there were so many things that it took for her to realize how shit he was. And I'm so proud of her to like where she is to this day now, with how far she's come. But God, it took so long.
Took so long. This is a PSA.
It took so long.
It took so long. Girl, that's stressful. This is a PSA, ladies and gentlemen. Leave kids alone. Let them find their own love, not someone older, someone their age, or at least a year older. Like, you know, like 14, 15. That's okay. Or you're younger. Like 14, 15. That's okay. Not someone older. Leave the kids out of it. All right? They're not to be touched
Yeah.
with, not to be dealt with. You gotta leave them alone. Let them have a childhood. I was literally rapping a song about that. By the way, we're gonna do that after this episode.
Oh, damn it.
Don't say that! It's a good song. I wrote it. Okay? I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. While we interview